Alright guys, this is going to be a eBay listing for a Kove Audio ZX-1000. This one's a little bit different than my other ZX-1000. They call this the let's see, Aphex-Pro processing. So of course, since the other one has a clear back with the silk screen, I didn't have to remove the back for the photos and the video for eBay, etc. But on this one, since it didn't have a clear backing, has a black painted, that's turned upside down of course, I wanted to take that off, let you see the underside. The only difference I see really is this Aphex board here, or Apex or Aphex, yeah. So let's go ahead and do a little test here. Let's see.
Ooh, like Gilbert Arenas, shoot my shot, I'm still with the demons. Ooh, I keep it thorough. I got 5 chicks in New York, that means one. Zeros. That's what my bank account balance say. I got a check from a shoe company, now I do anything in New Balance say. I bought her a plane to get out of state. I got me a shorty from Runaway.
So one channel works.
She said she coming over and she down to stay. I got it. So when she pull up on me, I know what she about to say. What's poppin'?
Now that's bridge.
I got options. I can pass that bitch like just joshing.
And that's the second. That's the second channel. So one channel.
She's scholar. I like a thing with no money. She run with no collar.
Bridge.
I'm real creative and style.
Second channel.
My dinner.
All right, let's take a little video of this over here. So of course your speaker terminals, and then you have the AX, which I assume that's the Aphex-Pro. Haven't really messed around with that. Then of course you have the selector for low, full, or high, crossover. Of course your gain, and then bass boost right there. It is missing one screw there. Over here you got the 2 screws, with all 3 screws, and 3 25 fuses there. So it says it's a 1000 with 3 25s. Usually, you would say that'd be around 750 watts, right? I'd love to send this off to Wilson Audio and have them do a amp dyno on this. But all right, let's go ahead and unplug this, and let's see if I can do this without turning off or ending the recording like I did last time. This is the second attempt at this. All right. Okay, so unplug there. Let's flip this over here. I haven't wiped this down or anything up top for this video, but of course you got the Kove Audio reference series, and then the XZ. Oh my gosh, I'm reading everything backwards today. The ZX-1000 Aphex-Pro processing. So this amp, which has a pretty decent size amp. I would say that's 12, maybe 24 inches long, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can find a, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find a Alright, so I was wrong. About 20 inches long there. let's do this from the end over there to there, looking at about 11 inches and almost 3 tall. All right, as with every amp, I do put on the internet or on eBay to list for sale. I always sell it as is for parts not working. If there's a video up for an amp that I have for sale, usually it's to show the full functionality of the amp, showing the amp is working and up to par. If you see an amp on there under my BayAreaAuction77 that shows the pictures and no guts, or pictures with the guts and everything, pointing out, say, a burnt out MOSFET, then that amp is as is for parts and really doesn't work or has an issue. But if you see a video, that video is going to show the full functionality of that amp, showing it's up to par. But I've had so many, I don't know, way back when I used to take in amplifiers on pawn, and people would leave them behind. Of course, we had to test them all. But, you know, you'd sell someone something, and, you know, you clearly try to let them know, hey, this is a 2 ohm, you know, even though it's a mono block, D block, you know, mono D block amp, you say it's 1 ohm stable or 2 ohm stable, and you know, they bring it in, oh, it blew up, blah blah blah. And of course, usually they have the car set up in their car, or the audio system set up on the car, and I'll go out there and ask, hey, where are the wires that you had going to the amp? And they'll, you know, show me. I'll take a multimeter, and damn sure you're looking at a 0.5 ohm, you know. Of course, people say you can do it safely on some amps. You know, to be safe, just get a higher power amp and run it at the stable ohmage that company says it's stable at. Otherwise, you know, all you're going to do is buy an amp, 1000 watt amp, say, and it says stable at 1 ohm, and you run it at a 1/4 ohm or a 0.5 ohm. Yes, you get more power out of it, but here comes a week, 2 weeks, a month. You might get lucky. You might have a little more time on it, but you're going to burn it up and pop that thing. And I had a lot of those people come in, bring in the amp, and I always specifically told them, and I have my workers tell them also, hey, let them know the ohm, the rating on this amp, the wattage, the ohmage, etc., etc. So there's no question. And of course, you know, when you see them pulling a 0.5 ohm on an amp that's 2 ohm stable, clearly they were just torturing the amp. And of course, you get crappier sound quality, you know. So anyways, that's why I have to list every single car audio amplifier I list on eBay as is for parts. It's just a thing to clear my ass, you know, so there's no questions at the end of things. I hate doing that, but there's just a lot of people that shouldn't be installing car audio out there. Just the bottom line. But that's why I like to do these videos, give you all a heads up, show you the functionality, show you it working. Of course, if you have any questions, message me. If you have any other, I can even make another video if you want me to say, hey, wire it this way, or do this or do that. I have no problem, you know, doing that for you. Everything, of course, I have it as at a buy it now price, but there's always that best offer. So it's always OBO or best offer. So, all right, guys, it's Sunday. Time for me to hit the hay here pretty soon. So, hope you had a good weekend and enjoy the video. And hopefully you get a chance to go on to BayAreaAuction77 on eBay and take a look at the amps that I have listed currently and the ones that will be coming up, because I believe me, I have a lot more. I have this old earthquake there. Let's go over here. I think that's a 3K or 4K Rockford. Old surfboard, BPI. Got some more here. Lightning audio. And of course, I always put bubble wrap in between items. Some amps back there, some Rockfords. I think that's forget that what that is up there. You know, some old amps, some oldies but goodies. This is a cool amp. This is actually the first amp I've ever owned, and believe it or not, it's one that I probably won't sell just because it was the first amp I ever had in my 1985 Mazda RX-7. And I think that has to be wrong on the. I think it should be more like 220 fuses should be there. But this is an old. I don't think you can see it. It's an old Pyramid Gold amp, and believe me, I love that thing. So I found that, and I'll never sell it. But I have some more back here. Really don't have any lighting. Show that. Down here, I have 2 amps. I have down below is not a Z audio made, but it's a Iphonics all in all. It's a 10K. It's a double stacked amp. I mean, that thing is, I don't know how many inches tall, you know, six inches or so, and that's probably going to go for sale. Then above that is a 2K Crossfire. I love that brand for some reason. It was a good brand. They had some good stuff. Then back there is a one of those. Gosh, what's the brand? I can't. It's Area 51 Power Acoustic. That's what that was. Definitely have more stuff. I have these things. Believe it or not, if you get the right ones, the PWE 302 and 304, these were actually made by Rockford Fosgate. If I could get in there and get a good picture where that grill is, where that vent is right in there, you can see a sticker. It says Rockford Fosgate Corporation, and it has an old Power one or the Power Series subs motors. I mean, they're just badass. This one's brand new. Below, this one's basically brand new too. Just you know, it has an inverted surround, so it's not hurting anything going upside down there. Just a lot of old school stuff. But more stuff down there. Let's see. Yeah, those are old Eclipse subs made by TC Sounds. I have about 6 to 8 of those, I think. And then, yeah, I got a lot of stuff. So, but there'll be more and more of it coming up on eBay for sale. So, if you have any questions, just send your questions my way. All right, guys. Have a good night.